What's up, nerds? Welcome to another Noisy News Week for the week of December 5th, 2025. This is a show where I give you the lowdown on what we posted on noisypixel.net this past week. Before we get into the news, a little housekeeping. Our PAX West 2025 Day 3 video is live now with some fun indie bits, interviews, everything you would want to see at the PAX show. I encourage all of our viewers to please check out this video and watch it through. Put it on while you're making dinner. Watch it while you're doing homework. Watch it while you're going to sleep. I don't care, guys. Just put it on, enjoy it, give us feedback in the comments because we want to improve it and we can't do it without your views. And the support is just amazing so far. The support for this coverage has been improving every time we go to one of these events, but we want to make it even better for PAX East 2026, which we're already planning now, if you can believe that. Jesus Christ. That happened in March, but please watch those videos. Also, our latest digital magazine issue is up on Patreon right now. This is completely free to all Patreon subscribers. Just subscribe. You can donate if you have it. We're not asking for any paid tiers right now. Although if you do get a weekly podcast that we try to do every week, but sometimes I was sick this week. I'm sorry. Every tier gets access to this free magazine though. It's monthly. It has interviews in it, features, letters from us, top lists, our reviews, and you can read them ad-free. Yeah, you can just read them like a magazine and enjoy them as they are. So please check it out. Now, onto the news. First up, horses. That one was for all the Steve Brule heads watching. Anyway, as I was saying, first up is Horses, the horror game that keeps getting kicked out of every store like it's trying to sneak into a nightclub with a fake ID. Steam has banned it last week with vague guidelines and no path to resubmit, and Epic actually followed up by reversing its approval just 24 hours before launch. Developer Santa Region says that Epic pointed to inappropriate and abusive content plus an AO rating, while the studio's own IR submission came back mature. Even Humble jumped in, briefly delisting, relisting, and then delisting again. It's just a roller coaster of lists and delists. But Horses has been around the indie scene for some years now and showed up in some showcases like Day of the Devs, gaining attention for its uncomfortable premise about humans treated as livestock. The developer says that the game is meant to be unsettling in a thoughtful way, but with Steam and Epic both refusing to host it, the team fears they may need to shut down, maybe eventually if they don't get enough sales. It's a rare case where a game's visibility might be hurting it more than actually helping it, and this goes to prove that there's a lot of different people saying a lot of different things about this game. I haven't personally played it. Looks okay, I guess. I know you didn't ask, but I am vegetarian. I have been since I was 12 years old, so maybe it's about time you humans learn to get a little uncomfortable around these animals. Not necessarily horses, but I don't understand. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into it. Let's move on. Fortnite is catching heat this week after fans spotted what they think is blatant AI art in the new season. The biggest example is a hammock poster with mismatched toe counts, which is never what you want in a AAA battle royale. Artist Sean Dove stepped forward to show his hand-drawn process for a Marty McFly image, but admitted that he may have unknowingly used an AI-generated background element pulled from reference images. Epic hasn't said a word, which is only fueling the debate so far. Now, players are combing through the new season and pointing out every suspicious detail, from glossy-eyed tomato head posters to music tracks they think weren't made for the game. The community is currently pushing back hard against the idea of generative art sliding into Fortnite, especially after Epic's recent comments that AI use will eventually be too common to label, with user-generated experiences already full of AI-generated thumbnails. This whole thing kind of highlights how tough it's becoming to tell what is human-made in 2025, and I only see this getting more difficult in 2026. Please let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Next up, we have PlayStation surprising everyone this week by announcing a partnership with J.J. Abrams' Bad Robot Games to publish a brand new 4-player co-op shooter, and we all know how PlayStation loves co-op shooters and knows how to handle the development of every co-op shooter and how to release it and market it and teach players how to play it. They're so good at that, and I'm sure they will only improve. Anyway, the project is being directed by Mike Booth, one of the original creative forces behind Left 4 Dead, so of course expectations jumped pretty high instantly. This will also be Bad Robot Games' first internally developed title to hit the market. Sony says it's helping produce the game and will launch it on PS5 and PC, but everything else is still under wraps. What we do know now is that it's a completely new IP, so no lost tie-ins, no surprise Star Trek crossovers, nothing like Abrams' usual universes tied together into this creative game. But Bad Robot Games has been around since 2018 with early backing from Tencent, but we've actually heard nothing about this particular project since it surfaced in 2021. Sony says that the studio's creative voice fits perfectly with what they want on PlayStation, and they're hyping up the co-op focus as something special. With booth-leading design, this could be one to watch. And speaking of games to watch, we got updates now. Those are the headlines. These are the updates. Danganronpa fans showed up in force this week because Trigger Happy Havoc just smashed its all-time Steam record. The game hit almost 11,000 concurrent players, which is wild for a visual novel that released in 2010 that usually peaks around 2,000. A mix of a huge discount with the series' 15th anniversary and hype for the newly announced Danganronpa 2x2 remake seems to be bringing everyone back to Hope's Peak. The 2x2 remake releases in 2026 for basically every platform, with revamped visuals and a new scenario that shakes up victims and culprits. So seeing fans revisit the first game right now makes perfect sense. Everyone seems to just be brushing up before Monokuma starts the killing game all over again. Moving on, Sacred is back, but not in a way that anyone actually expected. THQ Nordic and Sparkling Bit announced Sacred Last Pixel of Ancaria, a 16-bit revival that drops the series right back into the retro territory. It debuted during the Clemmy Showcase, and the team is launching a Kickstarter next April. This is the first major Sacred project in over a decade, so even a smaller scale return has fans paying attention. The developer is calling it a passion project leaning into comedy, pixel art, and the classic locations like the Seraphim Monastery and the Porto Valum. In gameplay, you will build a 4-character party of returning heroes who all think that they're the leader, which already kind of feels on brand for the series. It's lighter, weirder, and more nostalgic than Sacred has been in years, and you can count on our coverage of it. Next up, Ball X Pit hit a huge milestone this week with over 1 million copies sold. It's not bad for a pinball roguelike about rolling through a cursed pit under the ruins of Babylon. Devolver Digital and Kenny Sun also announced 3 free content updates coming in 2026, those being Regal in January, Shadow in April, and Naturalist in July. You can expect new balls, evolutions, building, and characters across the year. Moving on, some retro news. Tomba 2 fans were gonna be eating this month as Limited Run Games and developer Whoopi Camp announced that Tomba 2 The Evil Swine Returns Special Edition will release on December 15th for PS5, Switch, Switch 2, and PC. The game will release for $20, and the Switch 2 version is actually cross-buy with the regular Switch release. I should mention that the PS4 version was actually officially scrapped though. This special edition adds Save Anywhere Rewind and a big museum mode full of old ads, manuals, and design docs. It's a easy way to revisit the 1999 sequel without fighting the original's rough edges, and also paying over $100 for the original release. Look forward to our coverage because we definitely enjoy this series. Also, one of our favorite games of last year, Antonblast, is going out with a bang. Summit Sphere announced that The End, which is the game's final major update, will release on December 18th. It adds new smaller bosses like the Demon Core, a big tournament boss rush, a new timed Lime Trials, hard mode, stage rush, and a full audio overhaul. This is a huge patch for a game that was already packed with some amazing gameplay moments. Further, fans can expect new trinkets, more spray cans, extra achievements, expanded language support, and plenty of bug fixes. Plus, there's a new surprise that the team isn't working. Plus, there's a couple other surprises that the team isn't talking about yet, but we'll be sure to let you know what those are when it releases. Granblue Fantasy Versus Rising rolled out a big December update adding 2 new controller modes, Smart and Super Ultimate. Smart lets you mash through full combos with the game, choosing follow-ups based on spacing and opponent behavior. You can still take control at any moment, but there are trade-offs like lower HP and reduced damage. Super Ultimate mode takes it further with automated movement, projectiles, and combos when you hold the attack button. It's offline only, so there's no fear of online chaos, but these join the classic manual controls, giving newcomers and casual players more ways to jump in without losing to high-level depth. Next up, it's good to know that Hi-Fi Rush is dropping Denuvo on Steam next month. Tango Gameworks and Krafton confirmed that the removal is happening January 16th to improve stability and performance. Anytime a dev says they're removing Denuvo, PC players, well, we perk right up. In case you missed it, Hi-Fi Rush is the rhythm action game where Chai fights to the beat with combos, team attacks, and big flashy beat hits. The Steam version should run better after this change, but wherever you play Hi-Fi Rush, I'm sure you're going to have a great time. NIS America announced that Etrange Overlord will launch on March 26th, 2026. It's coming to Switch, PS4, PS5, and PC, and we got a new trailer showing off its wild premise. You play as Etrange, a sweets-obsessed noble who gets executed for killing the king. Except she actually didn't. She wakes up in hell and immediately decides to just run the place herself. Combat uses a revolving lane system where buffs, items, and allies rotate around the battlefield. You can also team up with friends in a separate multiplayer mode, and Etrange can eat sweets mid-fight for temporary boosts, which is honestly a mechanic I fully support. Lots of expressive characters, lots of Nakawa-san's style of humor, and multilingual support across all platforms is here, so let me know what you think about this trailer in the comments below. WiZmans World Re was announced this week, bringing the 2010 Japanese-only DS JRPG to modern platforms in early 2026. Clear River Games and City Connections are handling the HD remastered for PlayStation, Switch, and PC. This one follows Claus, a young wizard in the sealed city of Wizardrest, where people have lost their memories and labyrinths hide the truth. Your three homunculi partner evolve by absorbing monster souls through the Anima Fusion system, and in that process changing their stats, skills, and even their appearance. The remaster adds Save Anywhere, Dialogue Skip, New Game Plus, a Monster Encyclopedia, and more. This is a solid revival of a game most players never actually got a chance to play, and I'm actually looking forward to it. Pathea Games, the team behind My Time at Portia and Sandrock, revealed The God Slayer this week, a full-on steampunk fantasy RPG for PS5, Xbox, and PC. This will be their biggest project yet since joining Sony's China Hero Project. The first trailer introduces Chang, an Elemancer surviving the Godfall, tapping into elemental martial arts to take on celestial gods. Pathea says the game is darker than anything that they've made before, with a 40-hour campaign, freeform RPG systems, and fully customized elemental powers that mix and react with the environment. The in-game capital city of Zhao is a big steampunk hub full of factions, airships, and mission routes that lets you fight, sneak, or bribe your way through it. It's a pretty ambitious move from the studio, so we'll definitely be following it. Replaced finally has a release date after years of delays. Sad Cat Studios and Thunderful confirmed the cyberpunk cinematic platformer is launching March 12th, 2026 on PC and Xbox Series, and it'll also be on Game Pass Day 1. A new trailer released as well, showing more of its gritty 1980s alt history world. In this game, you play as Reach, an AI stuck in a human body, navigating Phoenix City under the grip of the Phoenix Corporation. The game leans hard on stylish 2.5D movement, slick melee and ranged combat, and gorgeous pixel art boasted by modern lighting. Fans have waited a long time, and the team thanked everyone for hanging in there. And they should, because I'm definitely looking forward to playing more. Some good news that little Goody Two Shoes fans need to know. Astral Shift released a massive 600-page digital art book on Steam to celebrate the game's second anniversary. They're calling it the largest art book on the platform, and honestly, 600 pages sounds like they put every sketch they've ever made into this thing. It's $10 standalone or part of a new deluxe edition bundle that includes the game and the soundtrack. The book covers character concepts, map layouts, sprite sheets, storyboards, early drafts, and tons of behind-the-scenes notes from the team. There's even lore and unused world building tucked inside. If you love the game's hand-painted look, this is a great way to keep it close. Developer The Game Breakers finally locked in a date for Cairn. The survival climbing adventure will launch on January 29th, 2026 for PC and PS5, priced at $29.99. There's also a digital deluxe version that adds a travel guide and 3 in-game keepsakes. Cairn is all about planning your route up Mount Kami, placing pitons, and managing your stamina as Ava pushes towards a summit no one has reached before. The first run of the game is set to be about 15 hours, with almost an hour of cinematic cutscenes. Players can expect other climbers, traces of old expeditions, and bits of forgotten culture along the way. Luna Abyss got a new trailer titled The Eye Has Opened, giving us a deeper look at its bleak cosmic bullet hell world. It's launching in 2026 for PS5, Xbox Series, and PC, and if you're curious, there's also a demo on Steam right now. This game follows Fox, a prisoner forced into a massive underground megastructure beneath a mimic moon to recover lost tech and uncover what happens to a swallowed colony. You've got an AI warden watching your every move, plenty of corrupted enemies, and big cosmic creatures waiting further down. The game mixes first-person platforming and bullet hell combat, so you're sprinting and dashing and reacting quickly. I played the game during GDC like a year ago, and I had a lot of fun, so I'm really looking forward to this game and sharing more with you towards the game's release. One game that's been on our radar, Mio Memories in Orbit, is launching January 20th, 2026. Focus Entertainment released a new trailer during the PC gaming show and opened pre-orders on PS5, PC, and Xbox Series. There's currently a free demo available on Steam, and Switch 2 pre-orders will be available on December 22nd. This is the studio's second game, built entirely by their own custom engine. Here you play as Mio, a small robot waking up in the starship, choking on overgrowth and broken AI systems. It's a Metroidvania with an emphasis on exploration and recovering memory fragments to figure out what the hell went wrong. The demo offers a solid 2 to 3 hour slice of its experience, so be sure to check it out if you want to know more. We have a preview on the site as well. And on to even more news. Arc System Works dropped a new Damon and Baby trailer this week, showing off its twin-stick shooting and exploration loop. Here you upgrade Damon at your house base, then head out to clear stages, find weapons, and push the story forward. Combat mixes melee and ranged options, with boss fights built around using the stage layouts to your advantage. You can customize Damon's abilities and outfits, and local co-op lets the second player control Baby, his little dog-like sidekick. The game is coming to Switch, PS4, PS5, and PC in early 2026. Inkblood made its debut during the PC gaming show, bringing a stylish hand-drawn occult detective vibe to Steam. Critical Reflex is publishing, with developer Hey Bird blending escape room puzzles with slow-burned investigations. There's currently no release window, but the new trailer shows off its gothic art and cozy but creepy tone. It's here that you play as an inquisitor solving 10 supernatural cases tied to sorcery, corruption, and a bigger conspiracy. Your carriage doubles as your base, complete with secrets, and you'll use tools like a magnifying glass that reveals echoes of the past. If you're into Golden Idol or strange horticulture, this game is right up your alley. And now to close out the show, guys, visual novel news. If you don't care about visual novels, it's only a couple. You can hang out till the end. You want to hang out to the end. But we got Rosemilk Studio dropping a new animated opening for Salvus, Aries, and confirmed it's entering early access on March 27th, 2026. In Salvus, you play as Aina, a newly minted Reaper working off her sentence in purgatory while trying to recover her missing memories. The game features 5 romantic routes, calls, and text chats, and epilogues that shift based on your choices. Further, with the visual novel updates, Sakai Project revealed that a Maiden Serenade is finally getting its English release on December 18th, 2025. This one originally released back in Japan in 2013 and follows Takumi, a cafe worker whose life shifts after he rescues a mysterious girl named Shione during the annual Mermaid Festival. She ends up staying at his home, and from there, the story branches into routes with 4 other love interests. It's fully voiced in Japanese besides the protagonist, but hey, we got one more VN, so keep up with me. Because Neon Clash Echoes of the Lost has been delayed in the West. Voltage and Amulet pushed the Switch release from December 11th to December 25th, while the Japanese date has stayed the same. The story follows Leo Croia, heir to the fallen Mafia family wiped out 11 years prior. She crosses paths with a shady priest and the only survivor of the massacre, and their reunion is what kicks the plot into motion. Voltage shared a new trailer spotlighting Zhang Hyuk, one of the love interests tied up in the turf war between families. No explanation for the delay, but at least this new trailer gives fans a little something to chew on before Christmas. It's probably just a translation thing, let's be honest. And that's it for the news. Thanks for watching, and as always, check out noisypixel.net. You guys are great. I'll see you next week. Actually, maybe I'll see you next week. Game Awards. Mark and I will be there from Monday till Saturday, so probably not next week. I'm sorry. Maybe we'll do one of those Monday shows again. Maybe. I'll see how lazy I am. I get lazy, guys. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. See you soon.